Hey guys, it's Josh from Cardboard Connoisseurs, and today we have Kenrith going first, Krark Sakashima going second, Edric going third, and Tymma Kraum going fourth. This is our top 8 of our cEDH event, Battle for the Lion's Eye. Today, we got Carl in the booth, and we're going to thank our sponsors real quick. Game Night of Columbia, Tennessee for hosting, and then also our other sponsor, Scrollrack, from our local developer Kyle. You can find that link in the description below. Mash that like and subscribe and enjoy the footage.
Alright, immediately shocking in an overgrown tomb from the Kenrith player. Starting off with the Birds of Paradise.
Okay, strong plays.
He says Water Grave, but that's definitely an overgrown tomb. Also, a Water Grave cannot cast a Birds of Paradise. Fun fact there for you viewers at home.
I don't like trying to guess these expeditions because I definitely don't have them.
Nope, they all look like fractal shapes with glare.
Yep.
Basically. Turn 1 Esper Sentinel from the Tymma Kraum player and a Jeweled Lotus. Might as well, right?
Explosive.
Yeah, very explosive. Expecting no counterspells and not seeing counterspells. Which is fair. Alright, we're striking a Scalding Tarn for the Edric player. Probably also playing a Mana Dork or maybe just a little unblockable creature. Slitherblade, stuff like that is some stuff you see out of Edric. Spymaster of Tress decks.
You definitely want to slam all the creatures you can.
Yep. Even stuff like, Adaptive Automaton, stuff like that.
That card is
still pretty good in cEDH because not a lot of blockers that you see. It's not like the Tymma Kraum player is going to trade with his Esper Sentinel.
And you're getting a counter each time. I mean,
exactly.
It's great. It just builds itself. What is that? It's not a common, right?
Maybe it is. I don't remember.
Jeez.
Who's to say?
Who's to say?
Haven't seen it played in Pauper, so...
That's true.
Yep. Tropical Island into a Carpet of Flowers. Giving him 1 from the Hollowed Fountain if he chooses to use it. Making him blue and playing a fish.
He's really set up
strong.
here. Yeah.
Pretty strong, yeah.
He's already got another island to play off of.
Yeah. Krark Sakashima, a deck that definitely does play very hard into fish. Kenrith, maybe not so much. Tymma Kraum, it depends on their draw. But Krark Sakashima, not a lot of action outside of just casting those instant sorcery spells. Although he does have a slow start with just Mountain. Going 4th with Mystic Remora, not the best, but you can't really complain about giving that Carpet of Flowers into Mystic Remora opening hand.
Though, to be fair, I think I would slow roll if I'm playing Krark Sakashima, just because of, I'm killing it. I'm killing Krark on sight.
Yeah,
I don't know about you.
The threat of the game, game ending to a bunch of coin flips, probably pretty threatening to a lot of these players.
Yeah.
We do have all interaction decks here. There's no Winota, there's no stacks decks really here.
And typically the Krark Sakashimas, they just roll dice, and if you ever want to feel like what it feels like to play Warhammer 40k, just play that deck.
Yep.
That's all you do is roll dice.
Or D&D 3.5.
A shit ton of fucking D6s.
Right. Yeah, we have a fish, we have a Ristic, we have Esper Sentinel on the board. A lot of taxes going on right now. We're going to be drawing a lot of cards. Although at least all the counterspell decks are pointing their counterspells at each other right now. Krark Sakashima definitely able to slow roll this game if he chooses to do so. We've seen his hand a little bit. We see Twin Flame in it, Mystical Tutor. Not a whole lot of crazy stuff going on.
No, not too much.
Yeah. Although, of course, a Dualcaster Mage and some fast mana could really blow the game out really quickly. Probably not with 3 draw engines on the battlefield here, but who's to say? Let's see.
You gotta love it.
Yep.
Kraum already out.
Kraum.
Yeah, we are going to be drawing some cards.
Yep. And it looks like the Thumbstorm player missed a land drop. Is that right? That is a questionable keep.
I mean, the hand must just be gas, but...
Yep. And we've seen a lot of good in that hand, right? Mystical Tutor, Twin Flame, threatening that win. still pretty risky. And on this board of a bunch of draw engines, it feels like you're going to lose a lot to just value. And we have a judge call here. Our friend Jesse coming over.
Yeah, shout out to Jesse Reno for judging the event.
Yep. It looks like he just dropped a card. Wants to make sure that it wasn't illegally revealed or anything like that. Jesse, of course, is telling someone you can reveal any card in your hand at any time. Probably not a great idea, but it's not a problem from a rules standpoint here.
Jesse the Vanilla Gorilla Reno.
Yeah, that's his name right there, I believe. Yep.
All these cards being drawn, I'm definitely scared to try to resolve anything important at the moment.
Yep, the Mr. Gamora player actually drawing so many cards that he almost missed his draw step.
If you are the Thumbless, I think you just
pray.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
pray.
You just pray that they're drawing a lot of counter spells and that no one wants to touch you bad.
They're going to fight each other, and then you go for it.
Ghostly Pilferer, a great cEDH card, especially with these partner commanders. You know, Kraum's already out, but Sakashima and Kraum, or Krark, also partners right here. He's still got Tymma the Weaver in the command zone, and a Kenrith, and the possibility of Underworld Breach coming down and threatening a win.
It's got such awesome art,
very good.
too, especially the
does.
foil version.
Yeah, God, the foil borderless just looks beautiful. We've got a snow-covered mountain here from our Kenrith player. Ristic Study Birds out. We're 1 mana off of Kenrith. Probably not just going to slam that on a board of draw engines, but we will see.
Yeah, Thumbless is going to have to find a way to get in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Political or otherwise.
I think the first step is drawing lands.
Yeah, he's just
Growth
in the death
Spiral. cEDH staple Growth Spiral. Maybe not that bad in Kenrith. I don't know enough to say if that's a staple or not. I would lean towards it probably not being that good, but pretty good position actually from the Kenrith player with that mana dork with that draw engine. Actually, mana not as explosive in this game as it could have been. We can see a Jewel Lotus to get Kraum into play, but other than that, the Carpeted Flowers is the only other reliable mana engine here. That only makes mana on your turn.
Yeah, and we know that Edric wants to put down just a mass of creatures.
Yep. Of course it does.
Before it goes down for the win.
Yep. Those unblockable creatures, like Ghostly Pilferer, but a lot of other good unblockable creatures for Edric. Stuff like Umizawa, making every creature unblockable. Everyone questioning what Ghostly Pilferer does right now. Him saying, don't worry about it, just draws me some cards. There's plenty of card draw going on right now, right?
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, exactly.
And for anybody looking for a new deck, Edric is really cool just because it's different. You know, it's kind of heavy on the creature plan, heavy on the taking turns plan.
Yep, and a training ground on Kenrith. If we see a Thrasios, that'd be interesting, but most likely just to reduce those Kenrith activations. You can go infinite with some graveyard loops with that training grounds on the battlefield.
Yeah, every little bit helps.
Yeah. But yeah, Edric, very interesting deck. Very, very expensive to build if you're not allowed to proxy because of those weird extra turn spells costing a couple $100 each.
Yeah, capture of
Jingzhua. Yeah.
Such a sweet and different deck, though.
Thumbstorm player, discard Heat Shimmer, pass the turn. We know he has his Twin Flame in his hand already. He went hard into that Dual Caster Mage win and is not seeing any benefit from it.
But how about that playmat with the Thumbless right there? You know, that's by our local Raymond at Game Night, Columbia. You need anything done, hit him up.
Yep. Definitely very nice looking Ragavan playmat right there.
To be given to the winner of the Tribal League.
Mm-hmm. Polluted Delta.
I mean, you're in top 16. I guess it is just time to go for it, you know?
Yeah.
He truly believed he was going to get there, and he still may in some form or fashion.
Going second is an interesting position. Maybe you're expecting to play off a fish in your hand or something like that. Sadness. All right, he's making a sadness token. Very
we fully believe
fitting
you.
here.
Fully believe.
Yeah.
Better luck next time.
Yep. Tymma into play.
He has the Mox Diamond.
Yep.
He just does not have
Triggers
a
the Ghostly Pilferer, reminding everyone that there is a Ghostly Pilferer.
and he's here to
And what
pilfer.
it does. Yeah, and he has pilfled.
It was one of my favorite things about Robin and Teen Titans, all of the like breaking up of the phrases.
Oh, yeah.
I am whelmed.
Good old Robin. Alright. Starting to generate value off of that blue farm style deck. All 3 creatures in play, a value engine actually. Tymma, Esper Sentinel, and Kraum.
And that's a very good position to be in. I mean, and then you have a free. Everybody has a free attack if they so choose at the thumbless. Even though,
Yep.
obviously, you want to whittle down the people that have a
Or
better
actual
chance of
threats,
winning.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with that Ristic Study and Training Ground, Kenrith player being very threatening, but when you're drawing 3, 4, 5 cards a turn cycle, you gotta expect you're drawing a Force of Will, Fierce Guardianship, maybe even Deflecting Swat here to try to keep them down a little bit.
And we offer, we do no proxy limit, so everybody's able to proxy up any deck they want to.
Yeah, so you will see decks that are built to their maximum potential here. There's going to be no budget limitations in people's decks here. It's all about high quality play and a little bit luck of the draw as well.
And then seeing if you can stay up till 2 a.m.
Yep, a little bit of mental fortitude in that.
Definitely allowed people to go to
tournament
Taco
length there.
Bell, you know, at the end of the round. Of course, that's the one that ends quickly, though, as soon as everybody leaves for food.
Fish goes to the graveyard, not willing to pay that fish tax for whatever reason. Maybe he feels like he's got enough value out of it so far. Maybe he feels like it's actually time to start casting Edric.
Yeah, do we play Edric yet, or?
We've got Ghostly Pilferer. We've got someone who cannot play creatures in the top right there without that mana. So I don't see any reason not to play Cedric.
But we have Ragavan
Or
giving
Edric.
him a toast,
Yep.
sending him a good farewell.
Boreal Druid. Interesting. Boreal Druid into... Oh, not paying for Ristic Study. Sorry. Not a pass.
Okay.
Yeah. Soul Ring into not paying for Ristic Study.
Gotta love it.
Yeah, just a very stacked hand there from the Kenrith player. The Kraum player waiting to hear him say that he's casting a third or a second spell of the turn.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
Yep. Just wants to hear that put on the stack. Ristic Study added to this board. Why not, right? Why not?
Yeah, just draw it up.
Yeah.
Just the way we drew it up.
The Kraum player actually immediately looking at his hand. He might miss his draw here. Looks like he did miss his draw.
Tensions are high in this three-player
he
game.
was so concerned with the fact that Ristic Study was being cast that he actually missed his draw on the Kraum there. It looked like.
That's rough.
Although maybe he drew with the Soul Ring and I didn't see it. Because that technically was the second spell cast this turn.
He's just waiting for his perfect moment
Perfect
to
moment.
strike. Top 16.
Mm-hmm.
35 people. In Columbia, Tennessee.
Playing for $700. We have a Force of Vigor here, actually getting rid of some of these value engines finally. Targeting at least Ristic Study. Didn't see what else he targeted.
Is this like his turn, though?
I believe it's at the end of the Edric player's turn because his lands are still tapped. It looks like he cast it for the alternate mana cost because
Gotcha. Yeah.
he did exile that Biomaster Familiar. So it looks like he's targeting Ristic and Esper Sentinel.
Okay.
Yep, he agrees. Esper Sentinel Ristic Study is the targets right there. They are talking about triggets. He's paying for Ristic Study, letting the Esper Sentinel player draw a card. They think about it for a second, and it looks like both are going to the graveyard. Feels nice to corner the draw engine market here, although Kraum Tymma does still have Kraum Tymma, and the Edric player does still have Ghostly Pilferer. It's nice to be able to play spells with only drawing one card per turn cycle through that Kraum. Maybe potentially if you're casting a commander through the Ghostly Pilferer. And it's not like the Kenrith player is going to be playing Underworld Breach right off of nothing, so you don't have to worry about that just now.
And if you're going to win the game and posture up, you have to remove the pieces that are going to stop you from doing that.
Yep.
Or, allow the answers.
Right, and that Ghostly Pilferer just absolutely brutal against Underworld Breach, so hopefully he is not going for that.
And Kenrith says, welcome to the Slam Jam here.
Yep. We got a Peregrine Drake from hand for value. Taps 5 mana, perhaps untaps 5 mana.
We shall see.
Drawing a card, it looks like off of Kraum. He has cast that mana crypt earlier this turn. Looks like he is attempting to resolve this Peregrine Drake. Everyone a little bit confused about what Peregrine Drake does. Alright. We resolve that Peregrine Drake. Everyone a little bit confused, which is actually a big advantage in these cEDH games. Casting a win condition that no one knows what it really does. You might be able to get around some counter spells. Sylvan Library, not a win condition, but a good value engine to add to that Ristic Study.
Yeah, everyone's pretty much just setting up their tents and just getting their card advantage where they can.
Mm-hmm.
Setting up shop before they go for it.
Yeah, minus Thumbstorm, who is just drawing and hoping for a land. Let's see if he gets it.
Hilariously enough, he does have a Mox Diamond.
He says, I did not get it. I am actually mana screwed. He is discarding a mana or a Mox Diamond for
there's the pitch.
There it is. Questionable keeps here, but you got to do what you got to do when you have a really, really good hand.
See, now they have begun to start farming.
Yep, here is Blue Farm farming cards off of players that are not going to block with their Birds of Paradise. Are you crazy?
No, that's too much value.
Exactly. I think Spire Tracer over there on Edric's side could have theoretically blocked, right? That has reach or something to that effect, or maybe it has weird flying. I can't remember.
Yeah. It's pretty complicated.
Yeah. It is an Edric card. You don't see a lot of those Edric cards in
they have to have reach or flying to block.
Okay, so it has like weird pseudo flying, like Silahana Ledgewalker.
It's just like they said we want to put evasion on this card. We just don't know what.
Gotcha.
Just put some words on there.
Yeah. We do see a Dockside Extortionist here that will generate a couple mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6-ish, if I am reading correctly. I believe it's 6, but yeah, it is 6. He put 6 on the treasure.
Yeah.
7.
Sailed.
Okay.
Sailed. Is that right?
Yes. So 3 from...
Sylvan Library.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just in a weird spot. No, it is 6, yeah.
Oh, it is 6, yes.
Yeah.
He is calling back. I thought Ghostly Pilferer there, an artifact for a second.
I tricked myself. I was like, Peregrine Drake, that's something. That's an artifact.
Yeah, all the full border cards from the Edric player are a little bit hard to comprehend here in my brain.
They're kind of dark.
Just a really quick look. Smothering Tithe, paying for Ristic. Really, really good with all these value engines on the board here. Actually, when your opponents are drawing 2, 3, 4 cards a turn, Smothering Tithe actually pretty awesome. And they are arguing over it, whether or not this is worth a counterspell. Looks like the Kenrith player is declaring it indeed worth a counterspell. Packed.
Kraum, as we see here, the Kraum player's hand is stacked.
Mm-hmm. Very, very strong position from the Kraum player. Imperial Seal, Bolas' Citadel, Swords, Fish,
Drannith Magistrate.
Decided just to let the Smothering Tithe go, though.
That card in this tournament was just doing all the work.
Oh, yeah?
All the heavy lifting.
Yep.
So many people that wanted to do breach things.
Mm-hmm. Fish onto the battlefield. Looks like he's got a soul ring in there, too.
Mm-hmm.
Tapping his training center, I think the land is called. The blue-red battle bond style land.
As is tradition.
Mm-hmm. Yep. He is thinking about whether or not he wants to continue feeding this Rhystic study with this soul ring. Probably does not want to tap out here, at least wants to bluff a counterspell, especially on this board state where there's so many value engines.
Yeah, it's pretty gummed up, but everybody's drawing cards but Edric right now.
Yep, and Thumbstorm, but with the single mountain, this might as well be a three-player game.
Correct, yeah. Ragavan has spoken.
Yeah. He has. Alright. And we're actually paying a Rhystic Study tax here.
What's the count? 1? Have we paid 1 or 2 of them?
I think there has been at least one paid this turn.
Nice.
And we are cleaning up our hands due to the absurd amount of mana that we've spent this turn, or the absurd amount of cards that we've drawn this turn cycle.
No one's playing Mox Diamonds today. They're all getting thrown in the yard.
Yep. Even when you draw 8 cards in a single turn cycle, sometimes you just can't find that land.
We got ourselves a yard sale.
Yep.
Still no Edric just yet.
Nope.
Waiting for him to pop up, though.
Would be
People are attacking.
good turn to see him right now. It looks like he's got 2 islands right there for Carpet of Flowers. The other player's got plenty of mana, can start making card draw happen. Although it's also going to make his opponents draw even more cards, right, with Tymma and Kraum. There is Edric, though.
We see a Baymon here, so we know that this player is a player of culture.
Yes, right. I believe that's a vaccine type Digimon. Although I'm not exactly sure.
Beautiful. Love to see it.
Yep.
Great card game. Great franchise.
Evolves into Phoenixmon, I think, as a mega. Maybe Garudamon is in there somewhere.
I think
believe the
I'm
ultimate
with you
form.
there on or Talonmon, Phoenixmon, Talonmon.
It could be. It could be.
That's worth a Google.
Yeah. Who's to say? Garudamon, maybe the champion version? I cannot remember.
My daughter is obsessed with the theme song of the old one.
Isn't it amazing, though?
She does not want to watch the show. She wants to watch the theme song. And she wants to know everyone's megas.
Yeah. Birdramon is the champion form, right? Yes, and Garudamon is the ultimate. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
here we go. Now,
We've got Silahana Ledgewalker. Mentioned earlier as the Spider Tracer text. Lim Duel's Vault.
Okay.
That's
a card.
potentially an issue. A lot of mana over there. Of course, 5 of it going to be tapped this turn due to that Pact of Negation.
So everybody waited to act, and now Edric is constricted to 2 mana.
Mm-hmm.
Edric
actually
doesn't really run that many counterspells, though.
Right. Also,
Right.
not really a value engine that's been going off a lot this game, right? Ghostly Pilferer has triggered a couple times, but nothing insane like this Fish, this Kraum, this Rhystic Study.
Yeah, we were rocking the Fish and Rhystic Study that quickly went into the trash. Probably mostly just because of the commander, because you're going to draw so many cards anyway.
Right. Everyone's going to draw a lot of cards.
Or strictly just in fear of Baomon.
Yep, exactly.
Level 3? No thank you.
That'll tilt your data track or whatever. I watched a video on how to play the Digimon game.
It's amazing.
I don't understand it,
beautiful.
but I've seen it.
It's super simple once you start playing it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Magic cEDH.
You gotta fill the time with him Limdu vaulting with something, alright? You might as well reminisce.
Yeah, I've not seen a vault in a while.
Yeah, a pretty good tutor. Definitely fallen out of favor more a little bit.
Well, it can
recently.
bite you in the ass.
It definitely can. You're losing a lot of life, as we've said. There's more creatures being played in the current meta than we've expected, so that life loss actually can matter quite a bit as people kind of like pivot off those turbo Adnaz decks a little bit into these more mid-rangey value decks, most of which still running Adnaz, but not making that their entire plan.
Yeah, which is crazy because you look at this the Japanese meta over on MTG Top 8, the cEDH tab. Japanese meta is just all mid-range decks or just your classic Winota strategies or just, a little turbo Nas here and there, but not much. It seems like where our meta might be heading.
Yeah.
They're either...
really nothing. It's because it's limited as vault.
Oh,
Pack mitigation is there as a reminder. Yeah.
Okay. Duh.
Presumably paying the pack mitigation.
Or he just says fuck it, I'm going out. He's like, I don't even want to be in top 16.
Yep. A little bit tired. A little bit ready to go.
Want to hit that pillow. I believe he's one of our players from Alabama too.
Yep.
A long drive.
All right. Does indeed pay his pact trigger like a absolute champion there. Sylvan Library is, of course, one of the cards he put on top with Limdul's Vault, I would hope. Access to 3 mana here, maybe 4 if he has a land drop. A lot of land drops miss this game.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
especially from the Thumbstorm player.
He has enough for everybody.
Yep. So let's see what we have here.
I mean, if he ripped the land, he had 3 mana. I think the Mox Diamond's been there.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, just 2 mana.
Well, it's enough to get Krark going, I guess. That's what he was leaning for, is that turn 1. Krark going second, hoping everyone doesn't have maybe Force of Will. Pretty sweet play. Especially if you have, like, what his hands that we've seen, a bunch of Twin Flames and stuff like that. Maybe just generate a ton of value off of
discarded Heat Shimmer.
Yep,
so
exactly.
He might have been off to the races already. Just needed that one vital piece. Mm-hmm. So we got a Jeweled Lotus on the field.
A lot of value here from the Kenrith player. Enough mana right here to cast Kenrith, give him haste if he wants to, or just get a commander on the board, unlock those Fierce Guardianships, those deflecting swats, maybe a Jeska's Will.
I think at 30 life you're okay to do just that.
Yeah.
Get in there and start kicking some ass.
And indeed, he is casting a Kenrith.
Kenrith Zeus altar.
Yep. Tapping, playing a Kenrith, drawing a card off of Kraum, drawing a card off of Ghostly Pilferer. Why not? Right. He's got 2 mana untapped. He could put a +1/+1 counter on that Kenrith if he so chooses, but we will see what's happening. Nope. Image.
Okay.
He wants a Peregrine Drake.
Oh, he wants to untap again.
2 mana, untap 5. Actually, not very bad.
And then also you can loop with Kenrith plus Image.
Yes, you can, because you can put a +1/+1 counter on that Phantasmal Image, which will kill it, and that will let you use Kenrith's reanimation ability to get it back from the graveyard. And don't forget, these abilities cost 2 less because of that Training Ground right there.
That's delicious.
So this is infinite right now if people can figure this out. He is pathing Peregrine Drake
in response
to Phantasmal Image. Doesn't actually have to declare that, but with Phantasmal Image on the stack indicating that he does want to copy Peregrine Drake, that is technically correct. He shouldn't have given given them that extra information of Phantasmal Image coming in as Peregrine Drake. He could have bluffed that maybe it was coming in as an Edric or a Kraum or even a Dockside, right?
Dockside would probably be number 1.
Yeah.
Or number 2, obviously. Or Baelmon. I'm just going to keep saying that. Sorry, guys. Yeah. I bought the starter decks and never looked back.
Yep.
Just another of my 18 hobbies I don't have time for. I feel so bad for this thumbless player.
Yep.
So bad. I've not been there in a long time.
Yep. Looking for another option. other than Peregrine Drake. Peregrine Drake gets exiled. He gains 3. Or 2? I thought Peregrine Drake was a 3/3. I guess I was wrong. Again, not a card you see a lot in cEDH. We do have a Dockside coming in here instead. It looks like the count is 5?
Yeah. Got 5 as well.
Yeah, he is getting 5. I don't think that's enough to go infinite with Kenrith. You put a counter on it for 4. You reanimate it for, is it 3? Is it maybe 2 with Training Grounds? So 1, 2, 3. Okay, yeah, that actually does go infinite. So let's see if they have a way to stop it. They do have a lot of cards in their hand. This does go infinite very, very quickly, though, without casting any spells.
I really don't see anything out of Edric. I mean, Edric does not run that many reactive spells at all.
Mostly extra turn spells and dorks that clog up your hand.
Yeah, because it's just enough to get there, but in situations like this, you're left with the bag in your hand.
Trying to talk everyone into killing that Dockside Extortionist so the Kenrith player does not have infinite right here.
Yeah, I don't see it out of these decks, though.
Thinking about not passing priority here.
Now, Kraum does have the Force, but that
doesn't work. Yeah, this is all activated abilities. This is all activated abilities.
Yeah. He's got Bolus of Citadel, a Mountain, and he is not a happy camper.
Nope. Yeah, Kraum player. Definitely frustrated by this development. A little bit of confusion around this combo right here, I think, has let the Kenrith player take a very, very dominating position, which is going to go infinite if there is no answer for Dockside Extortionist, right? And that's the advantage of running these convoluted combos, right? Like Phantasmal Image killing it yourself to copy your opponent's Dockside Extortionist. Pretty deep that maybe you forget.
You also need to look at every avenue and like how your opponent is acting as well as what they're playing. Like people will tell you just by what they're doing all the time whether they have nothing in their hand. You know, if somebody wheels and then plays another draw spell, obviously they do not have the juice.
Exactly.
When
the Kraum player playing his first spell of the game here too, with a Brightstone Ritual to help the Kraum player draw a card off of that Mystic Remorta. He does just cast a Veil of Summer, just in case. Just saying, you know what? I saw you use your Swords of Plowshares. Let's see what else you got. You got anything else for me?
And the salt continues to flow.
I mean, we could see a Slaughter Pact here to stop this combo, something like that. But it looks like he is pretty well in the driver's seat with this Veil of Summer. Edric definitely not interacting through a Veil of Summer, and a lot of interaction being turned off here for sure. Stuff like Deflecting Swat can't even deflect the Phantasmal Image comes into battlefield effect because it's not triggered nor does it target.
Yeah, it's just not happening. Let me see a counterspell.
Pacting a Veil of Summer just to try to keep someone else in the game here.
And then he draws a Mana Confluence.
Drawing 2 cards, one off Mystic Remora, one off Kraum. Muddling the Mixture on a Pact of Negation to save the Krark Sakashima player here and draw even more cards.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, just all counter spells being thrown around, trying to draw a free interaction spell from the Kraum Tymma player. Does he run Slaughter Pact? It does not look like it.
Yeah, I don't think so.
But he says he has interaction. All tapped.
I think this is one of those things that's just going nowhere fast. Do we have a judge ruling?
We are doing math here, actually. He says, "What is 5 minus 2?" It has been judge ruled as 3 here, which is a good judge ruling. I'll stand behind that one.
Yeah, thank you, Reno.
Trying to understand if this is actually infinite with what the current board state is. I still believe it is.
Yeah, you reanimate, dockside, target, sack, reanimate, dockside, target, sack.
Trying to think if there's any way that they can get out of this. I don't think there is. I think they're pretty trapped here.
He had to have countered the phantasmal image, and he had to have been thinking about the line before it ever even came down.
Yep. They were too focused on the Peregrine Drake line. Definitely sideline them by pointing out the Peregrine Drake beforehand as the not target, but the choice of creature for Phantasmal Image. Completely forgot about Dockside here. And it looks like they are in a bad position now.
And it's funny to see all these in-person tournaments from playing so much Spell Table. Spell Table, everyone's so free with their information, and they'll tell you your opponent's combo.
Yep.
Whereas at this tournament, it really seemed like everybody was trying to conserve any information they had, but ultimately it just blew up in their face.
Yeah, definitely. Kenrith player here playing a pretty convoluted combo compared to a lot of these combos here. Edric, pretty straightforward deck where you were just trying to draw a bunch of cards and play extra turn spells. Thumbstorm, very convoluted combo, but obviously not doing a whole lot this game. And then Tymma Kraum, probably just a layered combo style deck with a lot of value. Yep. Still trying to find any way out of this situation. Very, very hard to interact with these activated ability combos. Especially with Veil of Summer still on the stack, because that Pact of Negation was targeting Veil of Summer, but it did get modeled the mixture to try to give the Tymma Kraum player another draw off of his Mystic Remora, and potentially off of his Kraum if he can find another maybe free counter spell.
Someone stealing your bat and then beating you in the face with it, it just feels that much worse.
It does, doesn't it? There's that Force of Negation for the second spell of the turn. I believe that'll give Kraum a draw. Yes, there it is. And the draw from Mystic Remora. It's just a question of, does he run Slaughter Pact or something to that effect? You don't really see that a whole lot. Even with the free counter spells here, what he really needs is a free kill spell, right? And you can't even Deflecting Swat that Phantasmal Image ability.
No, you can't
do
anything with it.
Stuck here unless you have a Slaughter Pact or a Snuff Out or something to that effect.
Yeah, and also at some point you just need to let him go ahead and combo.
Mm-hmm. It looks like they are out of stuff. We're going to see a combo happening now. Let's see it. So we have got Phantasmal Image coming into play.
We have interaction here or no?
Nope. Okay. Pointing out that the Bright Sun Ritual did make 2 mana. He says he doesn't have actually anything that costs 2 red at instant speed to do with it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Dockside, Image Loop.
Seeing if the Krark player there has a Lightning Bolt or a Grape Shot or something. Probably forgot that Grape Shot is a sorcery. Lightning Bolt, obviously not a sorcery. So.
No, sir. That one's pretty good.
Yeah.
And she goes fast.
Mm-hmm. Looking for any way, and it looks like we are declaring that the game is over here. He does have infinite mana with Kenrith. That is a win on the board. He could just put a bunch of counters on his creatures and attack. He could draw every opponent's entire deck. He could draw his own entire deck and win with a Thassa's Oracle line or something to that effect.
Yeah, it's all wrapped up in a pretty little bow here.
Yep.
But, it's just one of the many combos you can do with Kenrith.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he's probably just going to take the Thassa's Oracle line.
Yep.
and go ahead and close this out really quick.
Mm-hmm. Although just casting even a single creature would also instantly win him the game.
True.
So there's plenty of ways to do it. But most people are very, very familiar with Thassa's Oracle, Demonic Consultation. Obviously.
Nothing to explain there.
Nope. Does show a silence in his deck. You cannot interact anymore after this silence resolves. We do know that he has a Force of Will over there. But when you're drawing your entire deck, surely you have other counter spells. You see he's got Force Negation, he's got Fierce Guardianship. He's got plenty of stuff to secure the win here.
Yeah, I feel real bad for the thumbless player. Sometimes you just reach too deep in that pot of greed.
Yep.
And you just get bit.
You got to, sometimes.
But we appreciate you watching. Again, I'm Josh and Carl from Cardboard Connoisseurs. This is hosted by Game Night in Columbia, Tennessee. We are also sponsored by Scrollrack. It's a local developer named Kyle. Please go check them out in the description. He's going to rock that silence. Mm-hmm. He's going to hit that Force of Will out of spite.
No.
Oh, God. This is great.
He says, let's try to stop this, even though there are about 7 kills on the play.
There's a Force of Negation.
He says, why not? Just say no. Let's just say no to that. What else do you have here? Drew looks like a Supreme Will? Or is that Unified Will, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah.
The 2-mana counterspell that cares about how many creatures you have.
Mm-hmm. That's hilarious. Mm-hmm. Yeah, this game is firmly over.
Yep.
Kenrith
draws the rest of his deck, shows Thassa's Oracle and Demonic Consultation, or he could just show Thassa's Oracle and put a bunch of counters on it with Kenrith and give it haste and kill everyone that way.
Dance around.
Tons of ways to win here. With the silence on the stack, or with the silence resolved as well. No way to interact with this for sure.
But then you see the fist bumps at the end. GG's all around. Thanks for being good sports, guys. We got leave comments down below what else you want to see. And yeah, smash that like and subscribe button. Thanks you guys for watching. Later.